Miranda, congratulations on being honored as COLAB's Community Collaborator of the Year. It was going to be my honor at our COLAB benefit to introduce you and present this award. Obviously, doing so in person in front of our COLAB community will have to wait for another day. I just want to say thank you for your tireless advocacy on behalf of the developmentally disabled population. You have spearheaded the Lincoln Center Passport to the Arts, which has provided access to our community to a broad spectrum of Lincoln Center performances, from jazz at Lincoln Center to the Big Apple Circus, to the New York Philharmonic and Chamber Music Society, to the American Ballet Theater. And in addition, your commitment to employment of our population through the Access Ambassador Program has provided many members of our community purpose, as it offers job training to allow our members to learn front of house skills, as well as to increase their exposure to performing arts occupations. On a personal note, you are the reason I first was introduced to COLAB when Dusty and I participated in a COLAB Connect workshop at the New York Public Library for the Performing Arts at Lincoln Center. As a parent of a 23-year-old severely autistic son, I will admit this was not a journey that I chose. It chose me. So I am continually astounded and moreover humbled by those such as yourself who have chosen to ride this journey with us and help lead the way. Thank you, and I look forward to celebrating in person one day soon.
Miranda, you are such a leader in arts accessibility, and I would not be in this field if it weren't for you. And I continue to learn so much from you. You are the hardest worker I know and the most caring individual, so dedicated to arts and accessibility, and we're so grateful to have you.
Hello, my name is Sipo. I would like to thank Miranda for all of the wonderful events that she did for people responsible like me. That's why she is great.
Hello from Ireland. Miranda, you are the biggest advocate for arts accessibility in New York City and beyond. The partnership that you developed at New York Public Library for the Performing Arts with COLAB was one of my absolute favorite Passport events to work on every season, and I know that families felt the same way.
Congratulations! Thank you, because you are not about COLAB. Thank you. You're the but.
You are a true treasure of COLAB. You've introduced actors to COLAB through the Passport program, have been an audience member in our performances, and created opportunities for our actors to engage at the esteemed Lincoln Center. Your imprint on arts and accessibility in New York City has opened the door for hundreds of people with disabilities to experience museums, orchestras, theater, and dance in the audience, on stage, and behind the scenes. I am honored to be a colleague of yours in this field. We at COLAB wish we could be there honoring you and celebrating you in person, but unfortunately the circumstances only allow for us to tell you how much we love you digitally. We will be telling you how much we love you for years to come in person as soon as we can be together again. In the meantime, on behalf of COLAB, congratulations on being our Community Collaborator of the Year.
I first heard about COLAB close to 10 years ago, I think, when it first started. I was just beginning my work in the access field and exploring what it meant to do community programming for people with disabilities. And I was just at the very, very, very beginning of my journey. And almost everything I'd seen was really just for children. And COLAB was one of the first organizations that really focused on people throughout their trajectory of aging. So people who were teenagers and young adults and adults. I observed a class and it was one of the most joyous things I'd seen in a really long time. I think so much of the beginning of me learning about the disability field was really about respite, was about therapy, and COLAB just brought this incredible amount of creativity and joy. It really honored the people in the room, and I just learned a tremendous amount by watching all of the actors interact with the teaching artists. It was really an incredible experience for me. And after that, I kept thinking about ways that I could work with them. So I worked with COLAB. I brought them to Lincoln Center when we started doing tours at the New York Public Library for the Performing Arts. We did drama workshops where we used their exhibitions as inspiration to explore drama themes. We've been doing that for about 4 or 5 years, and many of the participants from the Passport program at Lincoln Center then became actors at COLAB. I actually saw one of them very recently at a performance, and she was talking about how proud she was of the work that she's in right now and how much she really, really loves being part of the COLAB community. And her mother said that there's very few places that take her daughter as she is. So it was really a powerful moment to think about all the ways that COLAB brings this joy, this sense of self, this sense of community to a group of people that often are left out of that. And I'm so incredibly proud of the work that they've done. I love the fact that we're able to shine light on their work and bring it to an audience at Lincoln Center that may not know about them already. And on a personal note, on my very first date with my husband, he actually he volunteered with COLAB in their very early days, so he and I connected on that. I'd already heard about them, he was telling me about that, and I knew right away, like, this was someone who was empathetic, who was caring, who was amazing, and I wanted to get to know him better. So COLAB has been a part of my journey, professionally and personally. I'm so incredibly humbled by being honored, and I wish COLAB an amazing 10 years in the future. Thanks.